So this research project is telling us that a third of people from ethnic and religious minorities in the UK have experienced racism. This comes after the Sewell report that found out that said no, the UK is not a racist country. These people disagree, but it is coming from the Centre on the Dynamics of Ethnicity, which is the UK's leading centre of research into ethnic, racial and religious inequalities, so they might be a bit biased.
Yeah.
It sounds sort of vaguely communist. What do you think, Francis?
Well, as you know, my mother is a first-generation immigrant to this country, and so, she's sometimes had racial abuse, but she's deserved it. So, you know, there we go.
She also gives out quite a lot of abuse.
Yeah, she does. So, you know, it's give and take, mate. You know, you can't dish it out if you can't take it. However, the thing is that they don't really specify what they mean by verbal abuse when it comes to racism. Also, as well, do they mean just going on Twitter? Because if you go on Twitter, you're going to have some idiot being racist to you.
I'm not saying that people are not... I mean, I'm sure, you know, there's some verbal abuse and all. I'm sure that goes on. But it is a bit strange that this constant attempt to be this utopian country when, let's be honest, Britain's one of the least racist countries in the world. I think it would have a stab at least racist, to be really honest. Unless, you know, you're a white man trying to get into the RAF, and then you might encounter systemic racism. But look, I'm not saying this doesn't happen, but it's just, it's on a subjective kind of personal level where there's always going to be idiots. Is that right?
I think so.
Am I just a privileged white man who hasn't experienced it?
Look, I think the problem is with this is... Again, it's difficult to quantify, you know, abuse. What some people will see as racism, other people will disagree with. So it's very difficult to actually quantify what actually constitutes racism in this particular aspect. The problem is there are still a few idiots here.
Yeah, but I'm sure The Guardian will keep trying to quantify racism. That's pretty much their thing.